we as an industry are facing our Kodak moment, a point of inflection where we can choose between two future states, reinvention or a long, painful, miserable march into irrelevance. Let me explain why I believe we're at this point in history. The context in which we operate, that of culture, has changed dramatically over the last 60 years. Indeed, you could argue that over the last couple of decades, the rate of cultural change has never been faster or more pervasive. Yet if you compare the type of work we made 60 years ago with the work we make today, by and large, it's remarkably similar. Yes, the production values have improved, but the type of stuff we make at its heart is the same. We're failing to move at the speed of culture, a prerequisite for success for any creative industry. The great failure, I would argue, of the advertising industry to transform itself has been down to the fact that we're excellent at the wrong type of innovation. We relentlessly pursue and celebrate the latest new and original ways of doing what we've always done before. And it's rarely about imaginatively and daringly finding new types of things to do with our creativity and new ways to get paid for them. Now, you may ask, why bother? Why change? We are, after all, at a place that celebrates creative bravery. And many of us, myself included, are here because we're paid for by a relatively big and successful agency that does good work, but essentially just does advertising. Why change if, after all, agencies are still getting paid lots of money to make ads? Why the great urge to change to go and do something outside our comfort zones? Well, I would argue we need to actually display, as an industry, some real creative bravery. There was a time when we used to be brave and far more imaginative. We invented new ways to go and solve business problems, from the soap opera to the creation of brands like Mr. Kipling's. We saw our sphere of influence to be anything that could connect a company with people, and yes, that did include the product. So why, in the age of the magic of technology, can't we invent new, brighter possibilities? It's deeply ironic, I believe, that the most significant invention to advertising in recent years, that of search, came from the outside of the industry, not from inside. We need to go and challenge the very nature of how we work, what we make, how we get paid, actually what we celebrate at events like this. To think about, as kind of Google puts it, 10x change, not 10% change. I'm kind of convinced that irrelevance awaits us at the moment. We're losing relevance with people who care less for brands and ads than ever before, and with clients who don't really see the things we do as driving growth for their business and driving profitability. We're finding it harder to attract the best talent into the industry, as we simply aren't seeing or offering the wicked problems for them to go and solve. We're caught in a vicious cycle, and we need to break out of it. To do this, I think we need to go and break the muscle memory of seeing every business problem as something that can be solved by the act of making an ad. Clients are asking us to grow their business and solve big, tough, complicated problems. Yet our default behavior and kind of niche obsessions with the ad make this link between the commercial reality and the creative solution far too weak and far too indirect. We have to become far more obsessed by the outcome we create for clients, not just simply the output we make.